Welcome to the 12 Days of Star Signs. We're on day 3. I'm Ilona Pamplona, the Postmodern Oracle, and let's dive right in. In this series, you are here to learn and understand each zodiac sign, learn how to interpret how the signs get their characteristics, and see how each sign impacts you, even if they're not part of your big 3. So, recap, this is your board game, which is the chart. We have all of the signs in us, which is the glyphs all around the outer layer. The second layer are the planets. Those are your team players. They wear the outfits of the signs. And they play out in the inner pie pieces, which represents the themes of life that they're really focusing on. Today, we are focusing on the sign of Gemini as we are focusing on the signs in this series. And their mythology is really interesting. It's the mythology of Castor and Pollux, the twins. That's why when we look at the glyph of Gemini, you got the two little, it basically looks like twins. It looks like two similar reflective pillars. So Castor was mortal, Pollux was immortal. They were young, they were curious, adventurous, but by the time Castor died, Pollux just couldn't handle it. So he talked to his dad, Zeus, and Zeus was like, okay, I'm going to help you out by making you both eternal through a constellation. So they were, because of their youth and they were constantly active when they were young, this is where we begin to get Gemini is curious and the duality because of their twin-like nature. Now, when we go deeper, it is an air sign, and air represents the intellect. It represents social friendliness and communication. So we get the chatty catties of the zodiac with the air signs. Now, it's also mutable, which is flexible and adaptable. So as we take those pieces in, so first of all, we definitely can see communication as a key theme and interpretation for Gemini, because as twins, they were constant verbal mental connection. And like we said, the air quality creates communication, which also leads to curiosity when we mix the adaptability of the mutable quality and the mental state and friendly state and communicative state of air. The mind is always flowing. There's always curiosity, things to learn, things to know, where our mind goes, a mental flow. But it also creates wit, a wittiness in those born under the sign of Gemini, because like I said, where the air flows, it goes. Now, the ruling planet of this sign is Mercury, which is a quick sign, and it's all about communication, which makes this a very quick mental sign, making it very witty. So when you're looking at your chart, you get to look at the outside glyphs, and then you get to see, okay, where is Gemini in my chart? So for my chart specifically, it is the beginning of the 7th house, and I have no planets there. So if you have planets there, you get to say, what planets do I have Gemini in? And what does this mean for me? Then you get to say, what house is Gemini in? What does this mean for me? So for example, I have Gemini in my house of marriage and partnerships. So communication is very important for my one-on-one relationships. Now, as you can see, I have an empty 7th house. That doesn't mean I don't get to build a relationship with Gemini. It does not means it's not a key player for my specific chart. And if you want to dig deeper and learn more, you can contact me, Ilona at ilonapamplona.com. You can ask about my Ad Astra course, where you can learn how to love yourself through the magic of the stars and see how the planets then take you to the next layer of understanding. We'll see you tomorrow for our 4th sign, the sign of Cancer.